We've had a number of councils in Australia and New Zealand start to take advantage of an end-of-life PBX to provide Lync as a replacement for that PBX. Found that it's a very cost-effective solution, but also one that provides their users with a more value-added solution to move towards collaboration and unified communications. And so we've got a number of councils across Australia and in New Zealand who have implemented Lync as a PBX replacement and are rolling out a combination of handsets and just using softphone as well to help drive that ownership around enterprise-grade telephony. And that also includes, as part of that PBX replacement, looking at their contact centre and how they can put new functionality into their contact centre to start to manage queries from ratepayers in a more efficient and manageable capability as well. Councils that have looked at using Lync as a PBX, then they start to think, what else can I do from an enterprise telephony perspective? And we're starting to see as the next step them looking at, you know, how do we enable mobile working for more flexible working hour conditions? And while this is within councils not as aggressive as we're seeing within corporates or other government departments, definitely we're talking to councils about how they can do that for retaining who may be entering back or phasing in and out of the workforce, either into retirement or through things such as paternity or maternity leave. So it just starts to help to provide some more flexible working conditions and also make it more attractive for younger people considering to come into the council workforce. So with that, I think I'm going to hand back over to Darren, who's going to take through a demonstration around Lync and start to show you some of that technology.
Thanks, Kirsten. My name is Darren McGuinness. I'm the Product Manager for Advanced Communications at CSA. Just quickly turn my video on for you. So today we're going to go through a number of the features and functions of Lync. I'm going to go through the various interfaces, how you add contacts, how you can do video, desktop share, and collaboration. So I'll just share my desktop with you. So you should see in a moment. Okay, so over here on the right-hand side, you have the Lync client. Up here, I've used this messaging board to put my title in. That could be a little bit of extra information about yourself that you want to put in, you know, whether it's on holidays or it's my birthday this week, so send me a very expensive present, things like that. We have my present state and my photo. We're using Lync internally, so we've got those photos in our Active Directory and they're automatically updated. You can see on the left-hand side of the photo, you can see my present state, which currently shows a red, so it's showing that I'm busy. I can actually override those states, so that's actually come from my Outlook calendar integration, and I can override that and let people know that I'm available or busy or do not disturb, for instance. So I can't receive any phone calls or messages during this session. So I'll just pop that back to busy. I've also got my location information here. So the system's clever enough to know that every time you go into a new location with the IP address and subnet, that'll come up blank. You type that once, and every time you go back to that location, it'll automatically populate it. So I move between offices. I work out of Newcastle, I work out of Sydney, I'm quite often in Melbourne. I also work from home and work remotely. So that updates each time that I change my physical location. From there, I have multiple views within my window here, so I can see my contacts, I can see my active feeds, so these conversations I've had, conversations which, because we have it integrated into, on top of a traditional IP telephony platform, it shows all the calls that I've made, video calls that I've made and received. And then finally I've got my dial pad, so I can press that to make a call or simply type the number in. So I'll just go back to contacts. Within contacts, I've set up, using my mail groups, the various contacts I have within the organisation within CSA. So here we've got account managers, we've got all Newcastle users, all Sydney users, product services for instance, and very quickly I can see there the various present states of these individuals. So I can see, for instance, Brad Willett is currently available, and he's the BDM of Software Solutions for our Divinity Group. Gino Capone, obviously in this conference call, and he's the Marketing Development Manager from Victoria. So as I hover over, I get a little bit of extra information, as well as these pop-ups on the right. On the left. I can send an email, I can send an instant message, I can do a voice call. So as I said, we are integrated on top of our telephony platform, so that'll either dial his work office number, his internal extension mobile number, or a link call. So the link call is effectively desktop to desktop. From there, I can also start video. I can share my desktop as well as a couple of other items. The most interesting one there is the tag for status change. So I can see that, for instance, Gino's busy at the moment. I really do need to talk to him as soon as he becomes available. I can tag him for status change. When his status changes, I get a little pop-up and able to get back to him. That saves on telephone tag big time, and voicemails going back and forward, and email message tag. It's a great little facility. I've got two views of the contacts. So this is the mini view. If I click over here on the right, I also get a picture view. So again, that takes that photo out of the Active Directory and populates it there. So I'm just going to find Sarah here, and I'm going to double click on Sarah, and that gives me an instant message pop-up window. And I can type. So what I'm going to do with Sarah is I'm going to, normally I could call her, but because we're both in this session, I'm going to get her to unmute her microphone so we can hear her. You there, Sarah?
I sure am. Can you hear me okay?
Sure can. So I could then further escalate that to a video call, or I can go to a share. So because I'm already share, I can't share within share, so we'll just assume that. So I can share either my entire desktop. Now, if you're running a high resolution, 1900 resolution desktop, that will obviously take up a lot more bandwidth than, say, a 1024. To counter that, you can also share just a specific program, and that uses significantly less. Also, PowerPoint presentation. There's also whiteboarding and a poll, and I'll show you those whiteboards and polls in a little while. So I'm just going to kick up a little spreadsheet here, and this is something we've been working on together. So, Sarah, I'd like you to update the current coffee price for me, so I can give control over to Sarah. So I'll select Sarah, and she now has mouse control and full desktop control. Now, this is really useful for an application like this where you are collaborating together, but this could be used for desktop support as well.
I've just changed that up, Daggy, to $90. So this has gone up. Excellent. Oh, that's coffee today. Sorry, it's coffee. Coffee's gone up.
Yes, we need coffee. We definitely need coffee.
Clearly I do.
Yeah. So I could drag additional people in. I could give control over to another person in this session. So hand it over to Gino, get him to collaborate. I could bring up another IM session, and we could ask somebody a question, drag someone in just purely on voice. It is really flexible, the way you can collaborate on a file. it also allows you to save a lot of time, because you try and get together to talk about a particular proposal or a document or something. We've got to book a meeting room, I've got to drag my PC along, I've got to log in, got to have the right application up and running, is that person available? I can grab someone instantly and say, hey, look, is this right, or is this what you think about, or I need your input on this document, and away you go, and you get back to work so much quicker. It is very, very powerful. So that's the desktop and application share side of things. I did mention we're using the full voice integration with Enterprise Voice. So you have multiple options there. So you can layer Lync on top of a standard desktop. Layer it on top of a standard PBX environment. You can put it on top of an IP telephony environment, or you can have Lync as a complete standalone telephony solution, which we do have a number of clients running that. Now, this comes down to what endpoints would you use. So I'll just check you can see my video. And yes, you can. Okay, so as far as devices, I have, this is a Polycom USB handset, which works in conjunction with Lync. So you can see here we have a presence status and a normal handpad, and that's just plugged straight into a PC. We've also got IP telephony standalone units. So this is powered by PoE, and this particular screen will have all your Lync and presence information, as well as your contacts. So you just scroll up and down using that device. And that particular one's from LG. There's Polycom, there's Snom, there's a number of brands of these standalone handsets. We also I also use Lync on my Windows tablet. So I run a little Windows 7 tablet, and that is just coming in via wireless. That could be 3G or whatever, and I can kick up, I can see presence, I can do full video voice collaboration using this particular unit. And it's not particularly powerful either. This is only a 1.2 gig, 1 gig of RAM, 16 gig solid state hard drive, and this will run full video voice, desktop share, application share, IM presence. Excellent little device that is my favourite toy. The other area you can use are mobiles. So I run an Android. There are Windows 7 mobiles, there's Android, there's Symbian, as well as iPhone. We're hoping by the end of the year we'll see the full Lync clients for these. At the moment I'm just running a little third-party one that just gives me instant messaging and presence, but there will be more development of those over the coming months. So Kirsten mentioned before the integration into the Microsoft platform. So I'll just kick up something like an email. So this is a little email I shot out to everybody earlier, and I can see there my present state of all the individuals that I've sent an email to. And again, from that email, I can obviously send them another email. I can do an IM, I can do a video, I can do a desktop share. So it also helps me that if I'm sending someone an email message, as soon as I type in their name, their present state actually pops up, and I know whether they are available to receive that mail. And that happens across the full Microsoft suite. So another area would be in calendar. Again, I can see in this calendar invite for this session today the presence of all the people that I've invited, and I can chase up with them on whatever subject I feel. Beyond just Outlook and Office, we have things like SharePoint. So this is a SharePoint portal that we use internally. This is our customer information portal, and we keep all our documentation on customer projects and customer dealings. So this is a little project I've just popped up for one of our councils that we're doing some web development. And I can see over here on the right that Sean Van Sil has been working on this document, and if I needed to talk to him about it, unfortunately at the moment he's offline, I'm not playing telephone tag with him. I can tag him to contact later.